Hey everyone, it's Alex. Welcome to my channel. Today's look is going to be an earth tone makeup look. I hope you guys enjoy and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, starting off, I'm going to be using my Anastasia number 77 brush and my Anastasia Dipbrow in dark brown. And I'm just going to be filling in my eyebrows. I make sure to use the spoolie side of my brush quite often because I feel like that's really the key to having a more natural, somewhat natural looking brow. Now I'm taking this little e.l.f. concealer brush, which I love for carving out my brows, and the Maybeline Fit Me Concealer in the color Sand, and I'm just carving out my brows, making them look a little bit more defined. I love doing this because I feel like it just makes them look so much cleaner, so much neater, and just a lot better, like you just got them freshly done, which I have not in this video. I use the majority of the product on the bottom, and then whatever's left over on the brush, I put on the top. Now I'm taking the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel and I'm just setting my eyebrows, I guess you could say. This is like glue for your eyebrows. It's amazing. They will not move, they will not budge. Now I have the Maybelline Age Rewind in the color Light, and I'm just using that as my eyeshadow base. Now I'm taking my Morphe 350, which is an amazing palette. I absolutely love this one. None of the colors have names, so I'm going to kind of point to you where they are. I'm taking that shade right there, and I'm just setting my base. Now taking that, I guess you could say kind of brown color, using that as my transition. And I'm using that with my M504. Now taking that, I don't know what kind of color to even call that, greenish baby puke looking color. I'm using that with my Morphe M200, and I'm just putting that right in my crease. Now I'm taking the BH Cosmetics 120 color palette. I think it's the number 4, like all shimmer colors. And I'm taking that little eyeshadow brush and spraying some Fix Plus. I'm going to be dipping into that green color. At first I used the lighter green color and started applying it all over my lid. But later on you're going to be seeing that I used the more olivey color and then put it right on top. It was looking a little too green, a little too much for me. And when I put that olive color on top, it looked much better. Now taking my Morphe M514 and that darker brown, I'm just kind of buffing out the edges of that green color. Here I'm pondering if I should deepen up the outer V of my eye, and then I figured, why not, girl, go for it. So I'm taking that darker brown, it's more like a medium brown, with my, what is that, my M506, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of depth to my outer V, little dimension there, which I'm actually really glad I did because I felt like the look really needed a little something. Going back and forth between brushes, blending everything out, you know. Blending is key. Taking a little bit of that lighter green color on my ring finger and just putting it right in the center. Now I'm taking this Double E Ego. It's like a dual-ended eyeliner. One's a felt tip side and the other is just like a regular liner. And it's in the shade Madagascar, which is like a dark olivey green color. Anyways, it ended up looking really good. At first, I wasn't sure if the two greens were pairing together, but at the end, I really liked the way this turned out. And I'm not gonna lie, this was a little hard to work with, this felt tip liner, but you know, I made it work. Now taking a little bit of some Avon eye makeup remover on a Q-tip, I'm just sharpening up that wing. Now curling my lashes, prepping them for falsies. Now I'm using the Lash Sensational Mascara by Maybelline. Just putting a light coat there, just so my falsies can blend nicely. And I have long eyelashes and they're so straight, so I really have to take my time curling them and putting mascara on them, otherwise it just will not look natural. Now I'm using the Clear Duo Lash Glue and applying some lashes. Now moving on to the face, I'm going to use the Ren Everclear Moisturizer Cream. And then for my foundation, I'm going to be using MAC Studio Fix in C3. And then here I made a mistake. I started putting on my foundation without a primer, which you cannot do when you have pores like I do. You do not put foundation on without primer, so I took that off real quick. And I'm using the Baby Skin Primer from Maybelline and then the NYX Pore Filler. I like that combo a lot. Now I'm taking my Morphe M439 foundation brush and just buffing that in. And then actually after that, I'm going to be taking a little bit more foundation and pouncing that in on my skin. So using the brush and then the beauty blender after, I actually really liked. I was watching a Jaclyn Hill tutorial and she was saying to do that, and I realized that it was like so amazing. It just makes everything look really blended and flawless, and that beauty blender just really picks up the excess product on your face so it doesn't make you look as cakey, which if you wear Studio Fix, you know that Studio Fix can easily cake up on you. Now taking the Maybelline Age Rewind in Light, putting that on all the high points of my face, and then taking the Fit Me in Sand, putting that closer right underneath my eye because it's a little bit more yellow tone. That helps with a little bit of redness there. Putting it right over. I just like the combination of the two. One's too light, one's a little bit too dark, so it works out good. Now taking the Rimmel Stay Matte Translucent Powder and pouncing it out one more time because I have little fine lines there, and if I do not do that, the powder and the concealer will settle. So I always pounce it out and pat it in. Pounce and pat. And going for some more coverage there, we're taking the MAC Studio Fix powder in C3 and also setting the outside of our face. From Daisy Danger, I got the little tip that if you take some powder on your brush, pat it on your face, and then start doing circular motions, it doesn't make it look so powdery. And I actually really love that little tip, so another one that I tried. So there was a little mistake. My camera was not recording when I was doing my contour, my bronzer. I had already started it, but I'm going to go over it again in the same spot. Sorry about that, guys. Now taking the Smashbox Contour Kit, using the darker shade with my little Luxie brush there. Be carving out my cheekbones a little bit, and then taking the bronzer with my big Morphe Stable Brush, kind of buffing that out a little bit. Then taking the smaller one and just really like defining that bronzer wherever I want it. Like I always do, I put it on my cheeks, jawline, chin, temples, that kind of thing. I don't put it on the top of my forehead because I have a very small forehead. It's actually a 3 head, but yeah, I don't want to make it look any smaller. Taking the Covergirl translucent powder and my Real Techniques sponge, just doing a little bakage right underneath my contour. I really don't like this sponge at all when it's wet, like for wet products, but when it's dry for baking, I love it. Taking Becca Opal, just doing a little highlight. Now taking the Nars Orgasm blush on my little Morphe angle brush. Just putting that right on my cheeks. Dusting off that bake. Be coating the bottom lash line with some mascara. Also, I'm really sorry, I don't know how my bottom like eyeshadow on my lower lash line got cut out, but I just used the two browns that I use on the top part. I used that on my lower lash line. I didn't really do much there, so I didn't really miss much, but just took those two brown colors, buffed them together. Now I'm taking my JefreeStar Dominatrix liquid lipstick, and I literally love this color. I just ordered 3 JefreeStar liquid lipsticks and they came and I tried one, and the formula is seriously so awesome. I have dry lips and this was not very drying at all. And I love the little applicator. It has like an indent, so it really, like when you're doing the top part of your lip, your little cupid's bow area, it just fits perfectly. Now showering in a little MAC Fix Plus if I can get it to work. Just to set everything, make it not look so powdery. Melts everything into the skin. So this was the final result. I know, green eyeshadow, green liner, it's kind of strange. The earth tone thing was a little weird, but I really like the way this turned out, and I think it complements anybody with like hazel to green eyes really well. It was really fun doing this tutorial. I'm absolutely loving this YouTube thing, and I hope you guys really enjoyed. This is my dog Stitch. He came in for a little special appearance, and I hope you guys have a good one. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.